tried to be the kind of woman you wanted me to be. And it's not your fault that I tried to be what I thought you wanted.
In 1972, although the women's movement was happening, there really weren't materials for schools. There weren't books around here. There was The Lace Ghetto, which was a wonderful book. So there was a need for this. There was a need. And as women in the women's movement, we particularly wanted to reach, or at least I did, to reach younger women, right? It's their world. It was scary because I felt it was a very big responsibility. And it was quite beyond, it was obviously beyond a person. To start with, I got permission to go ahead with this. Problem, at OISE, I was merely a researcher. I wasn't an academic at OISE. Therefore, all I got for doing this was my salary was continued, and we had a print shop in the basement. So we made most of this stuff ourselves in the basement. And of course, I had been doing this for years, so I knew where to go to get records made and film strips and stuff like that. The beginning was really a process of thinking about what I wanted to have in it, and then networking. And then it obviously became a collaborative process. What did lots of people think would be good to have in it? There are obvious things like marriage and your name. Like, do you change your name? Witches, women and psychology, so forth. Then various people took on things, or people came along and said, I want to do X, and then they did them. I'm sure that one of the first people I reached out to was Angela Miles, who I had known ever since before she was a feminist. So from Angie, other people, Maggie Feldberg, who was a teacher, connected us, wrote pieces, but also connected us with some students. Now, after about 6 months, I asked for help. I asked OISE for help, and they said, no, we can't let you hire anybody, but here's someone who's working in another area, and we don't need that, so she can come work with you. And that's how Becky came on it. And Donna Pothar, who's also called Donna James, she was the secretary to our area. So we just, we did all our own typing, and she and she was one of the people who made the kit. It was Becky particularly who did the distribution, and Donna, and then others who came along. So we networked, and what I would say, all I could offer people, because I didn't have funding, I could offer people the chance to be part of making this happen. And that's how it really came to be. That lots of people got involved because they wanted to help make it happen. So the Federation of Women Teachers gave us a grant. So they gave us $2,500. That was a lot of money. It was enough to hire Claire Watson Garcia as an illustrator. And so all these wonderful pictures on, like, the record of a girl in training school, or the cover of the box, or this on names. Yes, we did a thing on names. I was really into that. It was a point when I went back from being a McLeod back to Harris. Claire did those, and she added so much to the kit. And my memory is that the Federation of Women Teachers even got in trouble because they'd given us money because we were perhaps subversive. I left just when the kit was printed, not because I wanted to, but because I had a Canada Council grant to photograph in the Arctic. And this was something I was really committed to. And I was building a darkroom in the Northwest Territories which turned into a darkroom for an Inuit women's group, and doing photography and teaching it up there. and I had to use that grant or go or lose it. So I asked for 3 months off, and Oise wouldn't give it to me. So I sadly had to leave before it was distributed, the women's kit. And that was a huge loss. That was a huge loss to me, because it's like working on a stage production for a year and a half and then not getting to be on stage, and or not getting to see it through. It's like having a baby and then not having it around. But that was fine. There it was, and I got to do both.
Smiling face, shining hair, clothes that I thought you'd like me to wear. Made to please, but not to tease. It's the custom-made woman blues. I tried to be the kind of woman